All right, let's look at the homework 2.3, problem number 9. All right, so let's evaluate this limit. All right, so first thing we should try is just plug in, right? So x equals 1, and the numerator is going to be square root of 17 minus 1, so square root of 16, which is 4, minus 4. So the numerator here is going to approach 0, right? And then on the denominator, square root of 26 minus 1, so square root of 25 is 5 minus 5. The bottom one goes to 0, right? Just like all the interesting limits, you get the 0 over 0, right? So we know that there is going to be a factor, namely x minus 1 on top and bottom, but this is very difficult to see. Right, so we're going to use the trick that we learned in class. Actually, we have to do it twice. Right, so here's how we do. Right, first thing I would do is I'm going to multiply top and bottom by the numerator, except for a different sign here. So we're going to put the square root of 17 minus x plus 4. Right? Then we're going to do the same thing on the denominator. So you multiply the denominator by exactly the same thing. Right? This way, as long as you're multiplying the numerator and denominator by the same non-zero quantity, the quantity of the fraction will never change. Right? So that's one. And then I'm going to do, actually, let's do it one at a time. So this will give us this. Right, so we have a limit as x approaches 1. Right, so if you multiply the numerators together, so this is a minus b times a plus b form. So we do a squared, which is 17 minus x. So because of the squared, square root is gone. Then minus 4 squared would be 16. Right, so we have that. So that would be the numerator. All right, for the denominator, there's not much you can do, so I'm going to just go ahead and write that down. All right, so I'm going to write the square root of, all right, I'm going to put this one first, 17 minus x plus 4 in front. And then we still have the original denominator, which is square root of 26 minus 5 minus 5, right? Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the same trick, except that we're going to work on the denominator. So here, we're going to multiply top and bottom by, same thing as the original denominator, except for the sign. So we're going to put the square root of 26 minus x plus 5. And we're going to do the same thing, multiply by square root of 26 minus x plus 5. Right? Then if you simplify that, you're going to get limit as x approaches 1. Then we're going to have here 17 minus 16 is 1, so it's going to be, you're going to have a 1 minus x here. So 1 minus x as the quantity. And then we still have to multiply by square root of 26 minus x plus 5. And the denominator is going to be, so we still have square root of 17 minus x plus 4. But when you multiply a minus b times a plus b together, you're going to get a squared, which is 26 minus x, minus 5 squared would be 25. Right? So if you simplify that, you're going to get this. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do it here. So if you simplify this guy, this is going to be 26 minus 25 would be 1. Then you have a minus x, right? So you can cancel 1 minus x on top, and there's a 1 minus x on the bottom. Then we can just plug in the number, right? So this is going to be, right, you're going to have a square root of 26. And then plug in x equals 1 plus 5 on top. On the bottom, you have square root of 17 minus x is 1 plus 4. Right? So you end up getting, right? So square root of 25 is 5 plus 5, so that's 10 on top. Right, so square root of 17 minus 1 is going to be square root of 16, so it's 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So we can simplify it to, so we can cancel, it's a both even number, divide by 2, 5, divide by 2, 4. So we can see that the limit is 5 quarters. All right, so let's type it in. All right, so answer is 5 quarters. All right, let's check the answer. All right, I came back and looks like we got this one correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.